Thank you very much, Professor Willinga. It's a great honor and pleasure for the Dutch Embassy to be co-hosting together with the Center for Mediation in Africa this roundtable discussion. Also, on behalf of the Dutch Embassy, a warm welcome, especially, of course, to the esteemed tradition leaders, but also to the officials from DERCO, the Department of Women, COGTA, members of the Diplomatic Corps, civil society, partners, academia, ladies and gentlemen. Women's rights, of course, for a long time have occupied the front seat in Dutch foreign policy. And as from last year, we even have a feminist foreign policy. And we share that ideals with quite a few other countries. And we're also very glad that we can consider South Africa as a major ally in the fight for equality of women, but also of LGBTI groups and others. We are also both supporters of the Women, Peace and Security agenda, which, as we all know, is being discussed in multilateral fora, especially in the UN. But I think for me, it's important that we find ways to implement that agenda also on the ground. And I think in that respect, the traditional leaders, especially the women traditional leaders, play a very important role. I must also confess that we do not always appreciate or have a good understanding of the role of traditional leaders. It's something that, for instance, in the Netherlands, we don't have, so we don't have a lot of experience with that. But in many other countries, it is an important factor of society. And I think, therefore, it's very important that today we've got an opportunity get a little bit more understanding, getting to know each other, and to know where we can also support each other in the fight for women equality. I think that women have a unique perspective on peace and especially mediation. And I think, and I know that some people don't think that's true, but I think that women have an approach that varies from that of men. I think they bring other qualities to the table, a nurturing spirit, empathy, understanding, that I think are essential ingredients in solving conflicts, be it small or big. I remember when South Africa in February hosted peace talks between the delegations of Ethiopia and Tigray, that Minister Pandor was astounded that there were no women in either of the delegations. She said, well, I almost sent them back, but of course she couldn't do that. But I think also she underlined the importance of women being part of peace and mediation efforts. In many African countries, traditional leaders play a significant role in conflict resolution, in maintaining peace, but also in supporting their communities. Through traditional leaders, we can harness the unique richness African traditional approaches have in resolving conflicts and building peace. A few examples come to mind. Of course, first and foremost, the concept of Ubuntu, so essential, I think, for this part of the world. I am because we are. And this is a concept, I think, that from which the global community has borrowed a lot. Ubuntu promotes peaceful coexistence by recognizing the interconnectedness of humans and the need for communities and people to work together to solve problems and to resolve disputes. Another thing that comes to mind is the Gagaka traditional court system in Rwanda that dates back to pre-colonial times, but was revived after the horrors of the 1994 genocide. And it's a system also that is predicated on the principles of restorative justice, reconciliation, healing, and peaceful coexistence. And there are many other examples, and I hope that they will be discussed also today. I think that trust, of course, is a very important factor in anything if you want to achieve mediation, peace. And I think that especially women traditional leaders bring this crucial factor to the table. using their position to bring everyone together, to facilitate peaceful discussions and encourage reconciliation. As natural caregivers, women leaders, I think, have a wealth of knowledge and experience in conflict resolution that can be leveraged to promote peace in communities. This morning, when we had our breakfast to start off today, many of these qualities also came to the table. Women traditional leaders can bring a new sense of hope to peace-building efforts worldwide. And they have the ability to strengthen supportive networks, to inspire households, communities alike, and to foster a culture of peace that is necessary for conducive societal growth and development. It's therefore important that we understand better their role and also find ways to make their role even more prominent and effective. So I'm looking forward to a very good and productive day that will bring both understanding and solutions as to how we can leverage the power and qualities of traditional women leaders to further a better society for all. Thank you so much.